Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. This is Doug Fulkerson. I'm the regional recruiter for Think Together, and to my left or right is my partner Rupa Patel, the employment branding manager, and we're super excited about the event that we're going to be having today. We're going to give it about 5 minutes, so make sure if you're watching or you're listening, for my partner on the other side, make sure your stuff's on mute and all that kind of good things. But yeah, we're just super excited to see, really share this time with you and share some of the opportunities and pretty much a mission and what makes Think Together great. So like I said, we're going to about 5 minutes as we start and we go through this. We're going to have a couple of different sign up links that you can, so if you want to get additional feedback from the event, we can definitely have that set up, and then we'll be sending those into the chat bar, which will be located on your screen. So, as people kind of trickle in here the next 5 minutes, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up, like, hey, how's it going? Like, I hope you guys are having a good day. If you guys joined, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up or a smiley face. I like smiles. Puts me in a good mood. Rupa, how about that weather?
It's been pretty hot. I'm just thankful to be here in an air-conditioned room. It's hot outside, but either way, being stuck at home, I am happy to be out in the real world. Got to put on makeup, been out, so it's nice to be here in the office.
Man, I hear that, man. I got an air conditioning unit about it almost can vote. That's how old it is. It's on its last leg, I think, so it might be a hot summer for me if that thing doesn't last. Man. So, Roop, I know we're waiting for some people to join, but we're on Tuesday already. So how's your week been?
It's been interesting. I'm curious to know who is on this chat. So if you guys can just give us a little shout out in the chat box so we know you're able to see us and you're here and you're excited. It's our very first virtual event that we're hosting. And I want to give a quick shout out to our partner. This event was in conjunction with the India Workforce Development Office, and our partner Manuel Rocha is the mastermind behind this. So we want to say a big thank you. When we venture into new areas, we're really trying to build these partnerships, and sometimes it takes a few meetings and a few days and even weeks to get a collaboration where we want it to be. But with Manuel and the workforce development, I think since day one, Doug and I had a very introductory meeting, and from then we've just been rolling with it. So I don't think this would have been possible without his support and his kind of pushing this out there to the community. So I don't know if he's on, but just wanted to thank him.
Manuel, I wanted to say thank you so much too, Rupa. Thank you for giving him a shout out. That's he's the glue that kind of held us together and pushed us to where we're at today. So, we got a couple more minutes until we start. So, Rupa, why don't you tell me, what was your favorite Think Together memory?
Favorite thing I'm flashing back through about over a decade of memories. So it's hard to choose just one. The one or a couple that stand out is when we turned our San Bernardino parking lot into a big tailgate. I think you were with our office then, I'm not sure. But the whole parking lot was a big tailgate. So our staff brought in their tents, their lawn chairs, and then we barbecued out there. It was just a staff appreciation event. And then another one that sticks out, which I know you were there for because you supported with that, was the big barbecue that we did with the Riverside office. Just a little bit of background. A lot of our staff because our kids aren't in program during the summer, we still want to keep them engaged with the organization and feeling that they're still connected. So we throw different social events throughout the summer. So one big one that we did was a big barbecue in the Riverside office. Doug and I had our Think Together aprons on, and I don't barbecue. Doug barbecued, and I handed everything out. So I think that one was another one that stuck out to me.
Yeah, that was a pretty impressive day. I was working that grill like Bobby Flay. It was really exciting.
What about you?
My favorite memory, boy, you took my favorite memory is when we were barbecuing because that's what I love to do. But if I had to highlight another event is probably when I was on the program side and I wrote this really cool curriculum set for middle school students that involved biology, math, and like this is when zombies were really big and like on AMC with Walking Dead, and we did this whole zombie apocalypse where students had to figure out formulas and do math equations to get a cure, but then there's zombies who were infected, and we had like isolation areas, but we took a drone above everything. And then we videotaped all these students running around to these different stations, and it was just such a cool event. Another big one I had one of my students graduating high school. And, one of them got a scholarship to University of Riverside, which was just a really proud moment. Knowing the student since like fourth grade and seeing him graduate high school and hit all those milestones was really impactful and just really drives the point why we do this. And it's about changing on for kids and giving a platform. Well,
way to connect it to the vision. Perfect. So we just want to remind you there is a chat box. So if you guys have any questions throughout the presentation, feel free to ask us. Just please note there is a little bit of lag time. So what you're hearing from me now, I said 20 seconds ago. So we will get to your comments and your questions. It just might not be right away, but we will get to them. Okay. Anything else you want to add before we get started with the presentation, Doug?
Man, let's do this. I'm really excited to get a chance to chat with you all, meet with you, and share our company.
Perfect. Let me get the presentation up. Perfect. Are you able to see my screen, Doug?
Absolutely. I hope everyone else can see our screen. Well, thank you, everybody, again. This is the first Think Together virtual hiring event that we're having, hosted by myself, Doug Fulkerson, the regional recruiter for the San Bernardino region, and also Rupa Patel, our employment branding manager. Once again, we are super excited today. And if you like what you hear, there'll be a quick link inside the chat box that you can click. You won't go on a mailer list. It'll just be something where we can contact you and tell you more about the opportunities that we have to offer here with Think.
Perfect. And then just to introduce myself, I'm Rupa Patel. I'm the employment branding manager with Think Together. I'm going to be celebrating my 12-year Think anniversary next month, and time has flown. Within my 12 years, I've been able to hold different roles within the organization. I started off as a site coordinator, which is a site level supervisor working directly with the students at a school site. So I was able to see exactly what kind of impact our programs and our curriculum is able to make on these students. From then, I transitioned over to the San Bernardino Manager of Volunteers position. I was in that position for 5 years, where I was able to connect with the community and really build partnerships within the region. And then from then, I became the employment branding manager. So I've been in this role for just a little bit about over 2 years. And my favorite part of this role is being able to connect with our prospective candidates and doing events like this, where we're really able to talk about the wonderful things that Think Together does out in the community. And then Doug, before I go on, do you want to talk a little bit about your background?
I mean, sure. I'm really excited about that. No, I've been with the organization for a little over 10 years now. Started off as a program leader, which you guys will learn about that role today, became a site coordinator, then moved into the human resources department as like a staffing coordinator, recruiter, done a project implementation, things that you will see on an org-wide, level of stuff that we've implemented and kind of led those projects. So very exciting.
Thank you, Doug. So let's talk about who Think Together is. Our mission statement is to partner with school districts to change the odds for kids. We work very collaboratively and in close partnership with the school day admin to be able to provide the resources and the equipment that a lot of our schools and our students need to get the great education that's going to help them prepare them for college and career, and really help eliminate that achievement gap that's so prevalent in a lot of our communities. So we're roughly a pretty new organization in the big scheme of things. We started about over 20 years ago. We started in a small neighborhood in in Costa Mesa. We call it our Shalimar Learning Center now. Unfortunately, it came about as a result of a lot of gang violence going on in the community. The parents and the community members just wanted the students to feel safe after school. So what we did with a group of volunteers is rent out an apartment complex where the students have a safe place to go after school, and they're provided the basics. They have support with their homework, they have role models there to kind of guide them through. And then when Schwarzenegger was our governor, he was a huge advocate for after-school programs, and Prop 49 was passed, which is the No Child Left Behind Act. At that point, we were able to open the doors to really intentionally partner with school districts to be able to be a strategic support to give these kids that academic support that a lot of the kids in our communities need. So we grew from a couple of learning centers to over 100 programs, pretty much overnight or within a few days back in 2007. And since then, we've continued to grow and expand. We're all over the state of California. Our impact reaches all the way up to the Bay Area, all the way down to San Diego County. And Doug's going to go into a little bit more detail about the regions and where we offer what positions. We impact the lives of over 200,000 youth. We're located in over 400 locations throughout the state, partnering with 50 plus school districts. And we have 2,500 employees employed with us that are helping us serve our mission and our vision. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Doug. He's going to talk a little bit about our program design.
So with these school districts that we partner with, so there's two primary program designs that we use. So there's an elementary program design that really concentrates on ELA and literacy, math, STEM, youth development, and art enrichment. And then, so those are the 5 key spotlights that we'll really focus on. Also, like partnering with that school day and make sure we're using the same core standards and things like that to make sure we're aligning and extending that school day out so the students are continually learning when they're in our extended learning period. And our next one is our middle school program design, similar to the elementary, but for these younger youth, and that will cover academic, community, STEM, youth development, and art and enrichment. So like Rupa was talking about, joining our team, Think Together employs over 2,500 staff statewide. We have a large net, I guess you could say. We have opportunities in Orange County, LA, Riverside, San Bernardino, and like today we're really focused on like our Palm Springs region. And so we're looking for individuals who want to come out who are dedicated to improving the lives of students in the community. And it's such a powerful, message to send, I'm helping the youth that will be the leaders of our nation here every day after school and making that positive impact. So in Palm Springs, we have a handful of positions that will be that we're looking to fill here in the next probably 60 days. So we have our program leader role, our site coordinator role, and then our regional office staff. All these positions will be available on thinktogether.org/careers, but also if you fill out the link that will go into the chat bar, we'll be able to contact you through that so we can have like a one-off conversation, tell you in more detail about each of these roles. So our first role, this is the cornerstone. This is the foundation. This is if you're looking to make that a huge impact in a student's life, the program leader is the role. This is where you're going to work directly with a class of 20, 25 students, helping them with homework and other enrichment activities. This individual is, a positive adult role model. They're a coach, they're a mentor. Sometimes these students might spend more time with their program leader than they might with, other members of their family, 3 to 4 hours every day after school. You play such a significant part in like that student's life. And so this is a huge role. And, we're really looking for individuals that, have a genuine interest in the growth and development of students. When we talk about requirements for the position, I'm not saying you have to want to grow up and be a teacher or want to be a counselor. For myself, I said, I really don't want to do either of those. I really want to give back to my community. And that's the part that, I was able to give back. And so it's really changed my life, and that's why I'm here today. So, but yeah, the program leader role that's the position where I started off with, and you make such a huge impact, and we are looking for quite a few of you guys to hopefully join our team in that role.
Perfect. What I like to say is think of it like essentially like an after-school part-time teacher. It's a great opportunity, like Doug mentioned, for those that want to take that next step into the education field, because Think Together is really great about providing the development and the training and the coaching that you need to be successful in the classroom. You would be in charge of behavior management, classroom management, lesson plan delivery. But on the other hand, a lot of our best program leaders also come from people with different backgrounds in majors. There's a lot of flexibility. Our curriculum is provided for our program leaders, but there is some flexibility for program leaders to kind of put their own spin. If they have their own passions and hobbies, they're welcome to share that with the students on Fun Friday activities. So yes, education majors are important and it's a good stepping stone for them, but also majors of other backgrounds is good to get kids exposed to things that they normally wouldn't have learned from their normal school day textbook.
So with the program leader, we are looking for, people who can come in and support at the elementary and middle school level. It is Monday through Friday between the hours of 1 and 6. You're looking between 15 and 20 hours per week, and we compensate this role at $13 an hour. Now, our next slide will cover, the sub-program leader, which if you can't be available Monday through Friday, and let's say you're available Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or not every day of the week, we need you too, because there's sometimes people call out sick, or we have appointments, and we all have life that we have to deal with, and sometimes we have to take off work. But we want to make sure that these substitute program leaders are equally valued, and we need that support with our students in our programs. So the next role is our site coordinator. It's more like a site level supervisor. We're looking for individuals who can come in. You're the face of the program. Your responsibilities are going to be managing volunteers, staff members. So you'll be managing anywhere from 3 to 4 or even 5 program leaders at your school. You will liaison with parents, collaborators, school management, donors, visitors to display the site and the program positively. Site coordinator, like I said, you're the face of the program. You are this program is the shadow of you and what you make it. It's also a very important role, and we're looking for individuals who can come in there and be that after school leader and be able to manage that staff and push that program to the next level. Rupa, did you want to touch on anything with the site coordinator?
Yeah, and I know you're going to talk about some development opportunities later on, but I do want to make note that about 95% of our site coordinators started off as program leaders. So for someone that wants to grow within an organization and really wants to step up, this is a great role to consider if you're starting off as a program leader. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of training and coaching and development that happens on the back end, so that when you are ready to take that next step, it'll be an easy transition to be able to step into that role as well.
So with the site coordinator, we do have elementary, middle school levels. Like those positions are open. Our requirement: you must have a bachelor's or 1 year experience together. These positions are Monday through Friday it's 38 hours per week, and it's compensated at $17 an hour. And then our last position, so there's a quality assurance coach who will oversee 7 to 10 site coordinators, and those site coordinators oversee, we're looking at 4 to 5 program leaders, but a quality assurance coach is essentially there to ensure that high quality after school program for children is met, and we're meeting all our expectations for grants, and that our partnerships are in good standing. So a quality assurance coach is like an area supervisor. In that role, you must have it's a bachelor's, that's a definite, and then at least 2 years of leadership in like staff development positions.
Before you go on to this role, I did want to touch base. Like I mentioned earlier, we are always expanding. We have 8 different regional offices throughout the state that works and partners with different counties. And our newest area is in Palm Springs. It's a brand new region. So a lot of these opportunities that Doug is talking about are all over the state, but we're focused specifically on Palm Springs because that's our greatest need right now. We also have some of the office level positions that are open, one of them being a human resources generalist. If you are interested and have the background in the HR field, as the generalist, you'll be overseeing the human capital team, which we're also hiring for, which will consist of a receptionist slash substitute coordinator. And the second one would be our staffing coordinator slash human resources coordinator. Doug, did you want to add anything to that one?
You know, growth opportunities are amazing here at Think Together, and if we ever said we want you to stay for your whole work career, that'd be crazy. You know, we want what's best for you. So if Think Together is a platform so you become an educator or become an administrator or become a school counselor, that's what we want, because we know that you're going to be giving back to that community and helping students in some other way, and we're just glad we got to be a part of that journey. With other positions and growth opportunities, you know, Think Together has, you know, many other departments from, you know, curriculum development to expansion to IT to, there's so many things. But when you go to our website, which you can see there on the screen, thinktogether.org/careers, you can see every position we have available. And you also can look around on our website and see all the great things that we've been doing for the last 20 years, helping support communities in California.
Yeah, if you asked me 15 years ago where I saw myself, I always thought I wanted to work directly with students and become a teacher. But the great thing about Think Together is it did expose me to different opportunities along the way to kind of really discover what my personal passions were, which I'm finding now is talent acquisition and HR. But 15 years ago, if it wasn't for the doors that Think Together opened up for me, I would have never known where my life would have taken me. So something to consider. You can always, like Doug mentioned, go onto our careers page on our website, and it'll show a full list of openings that we have with the organization.
Awesome.
A little bit about our hiring process. So of course, the first step in the hiring process to any opening would be to apply online. Once we receive your application, someone from the talent acquisition team will contact you and do a quick initial phone screen just to kind of go into a little bit more detail about the position, answer any questions that you may have at that point, and also make sure that you meet the basic requirements for the position and that you are a good fit for the organization. And at that point, we'll get you scheduled to come in to take a pre-employment assessment. The assessment is about, it's a 3-part assessment. One of them is in math. One is in literacy and language arts, and the third one is in the ability to assist. So once you pass that, we'll move you on to the interview. Currently, with the situation that we're in, our interviews are done via Zoom, but hopefully once we're able to be out into our office, we'll be able to do a face-to-face interview. After that, hopefully offer you the position. You will have to pass a background check. We do our own live scan, so that's not something that you're in charge of paying for or having to go get. We'll do them in-house, and we do pay for them. And then once your background check comes in, and you provide the necessary documents that we need for you to be able to be employed with us, we get you scheduled for our new hire orientation, which is a paid orientation, which lasts for 2 or 3 days. The first part is training with a little bit more in depth about the position. We'll give you the tools and the tips that you need to be a successful program leader or whatever your role is. And then the second part will be shadowing at a school site. So you'll be able to see everything that you learned on day one, put into practice, and be able to observe another program leader from beginning of the program to the end of the program to see how our extended learning sites are kind of designed and laid out. Doug, you want to add anything to that one?
No, Rupa, I think you covered that all in a very detailed fashion.
Perfect. Another great thing is I always like to say that our current employees are our best recruiters. Who better to know what makes a great program leader than our current program leaders, because they're the ones that know exactly what it takes to be successful in this role. They know what kind of qualities someone needs to possess to be a good fit for the organization. So once you are on board, I do want to make you aware of our great referral program. If you know someone that would be a great program leader and would be great for being that role model mentor figure for youth, please encourage them to apply as well. You will earn $50 for everyone that you refer to us after they've been on board with us for 90 days. You'll automatically see the $50 in your paycheck. There's no cap to that, so you could refer as many people as you want. Just ensure that when you are referring someone and they are applying, make sure they mention your name in the application under referral. And also when the staffing coordinator does that initial phone screen, have them mention your name there as well, just so we can kind of double check to make sure everything's entered on the back end so that you get paid out once your friend has been on board with us for 90 days. Perfect. And then, Victor, I don't know if you can hear, but I don't see any of the questions. I know there are questions and comments coming in, but I'm not able to view any. So I hope I'm able to answer all the questions that are being asked. All right, Doug, do you want to say anything on your end about closing it out?
You know what? I'm just really excited that everybody had the opportunity to join us today. That link that's been added into our chat bar, please fill that out. We'll be in touch with you within the next 24 hours just to follow up on the event today. I just want to thank everybody for showing up. You know, hopefully we had a pretty good turnout. I think that the you know, you guys taking time out of your day to spend some time with us was amazing. And, you know, Rupa and I are going to be really lucky to get the chance to meet you via phone and maybe in person here in the next, who knows, hopefully month or so out in that Palm Springs region.
Perfect. And then we do apologize. I know if you are asking questions on the chat box, I'm not able to view them, but the email that you see on the screen right now, thinkcareers@thinktogether.org, that email will go directly to me and Doug. So please email us any questions that maybe we didn't cover in our presentation that you would like to know, and we'll be happy to reach out to you and give you or give you a call so we can discuss further and make sure that you have all the information you need to be able to come and join our team.
Oh, Rup, I can see a couple of questions on my end real quick, and I'd be more than happy to help out. So just to go through, I want to say thank you to everyone that signed in today. I see a ton of names on there. One of the questions, once you said you mentioned many locations of Think Together. How did you decide what school you would work at? You know, depending on which location or which region you apply to, we also want to make sure that we are we try to put the best fit with the best supervisor to make sure everything's good culture fit. So we try to do as much as we can to give you exactly, you know, what you're looking for and as for like to be placed at a site. I have a question here. When do applications close in San Jose? So thank you for that question. So, you know, I think with Think Together, our applications are open every day of the year. And so we have your name down there. So please fill out that link. I can follow up with the recruiter, or Rupa will, with our recruiter up in the Bay Area for San Jose to make sure that you are, so that could be identified. Is this only for, I got a question that says, is this only for Palm Springs or can anyone apply now? Once you go to the website, you can go in and you can apply to any of the positions that we have available. It will show the location of those roles, and it's you know, when you can apply for that, but by filling out that link that was put on the chat in the beginning as a quick little follow-up, or hopefully we can have it put up there again on the end. It's one of those things where I'd be more than happy to take, you know, 10 minutes out of my day to have a quick conversation with you and explain to you all the roles in every region, and not only the Palm Springs region, but Riverside, San Bernardino, and there's just so many more. We had someone just kind of join on the very end that said, hi there. Well, thank you for showing up. That was awesome. I hope I'm answering. Oh, there's another great question. We have how flexible is Think Together? I'm in school currently. So we understand school schedules fluctuate, and I really feel a big thing with this is communication. you have to be just, if your schedule is going to change at the end of the semester, just work with your site level supervisor. If you are working 5 days a week out of school, but now you only can go 2 days, well, go to the sub pool and support until your semester changes and your school schedule changes. And that's something that happens quite often. And that's the way, you know, we want to keep you on board, because if you're doing a great job, we want you to stay here still helping students. So that was a really great question. Thank you, whoever submitted that. But yeah, so it's just thank you for the thank you. Oh, geez. And so one of the other questions was, what does a sub coordinator do? Wow. So I know Rupa touched base on our office position. So the sub coordinator is you're the receptionist and / sub coordinator. So this sub coordinator is a pretty interesting job. You're in charge of all the substitutes that help backfill positions when someone calls out sick. So you might be, you know, overseeing 40 to 50 substitutes, making sure they're going to the correct assignments, helping them with training. You're part of our NHO process. I mean, our new hire orientation process. When they come in and we have a new staff come on, you'll come and speak to everybody like, hey, hi, my name's Doug. I'm the sub coordinator. Let me tell you about how the sub pool works and how we orchestrate who goes to what sites when we need help filling positions. So that was a really great question. Thank you so much. Other than that, I think I got everything. We got the interest form up there. That looks great. If there's any other questions or an additional hello, or if you guys want, if there's something else we can help you with, I'd love to answer that. Well, Rupa, did you enjoy the event today?
For our first one, it was fun. I'm glad we had a good turnout. You got some good questions, and now we will look forward to your applications. And again, you have our contact information, so please don't hesitate to reach out to us anytime with any additional questions that you may have.
Yeah, that email up there goes straight to Rupa's email. So if you want to get the answer, you just go ahead and email that, and we'll be in touch with you. Like I said, within, if not that day, or within the next 12 hours. We're very passionate about finding individuals who want to help students. So, but thank you, everybody. God, this was great. I'm so happy. And if you like the event, give us a thumbs up. You can go to our Facebook page. You can go to Instagram. You can find Think Together on there. We might put the link on there so you can see it. But we really want to make sure that we have a, you can see the great work that we're doing. You can stay updated with what the organization's kind of doing. And another great question, if I fill up the little Google sheet for information, will I go on a mailing list? Absolutely not. It's a one-time thing. We're going to call you. We're going to say, how's it going? Gauge your interest and everything, and we'll kind of go from there. But you won't be repeatedly called. So, but thank you, everybody. I think that's going to wrap up our event. Rupa, thank you for hanging out today. Thank you, everybody else, for joining.
Stay cool.
Change the odds for kids. Thank you, guys.
Bye.